This is part 2 of the video, and I removed the pad interior or the bushings or whatever, the packing, so that I can stabilize the battery from wobbling. So I took 2 of them. I just push it forward and backwards, push it, just rocking it, and it came out. And it has a heavy duty tape here. You can see there's a lot of tape they normally use for like packaging, like boxing, like the cardboards. If you're moving, use those kind of tapes. So I'm trying to take these guys out carefully. I don't want to use any blade to cut it. I think there's a sensor right here, so I just want to remove it. So if I'm replacing back, it's gonna be like a peel and stick, so something like this. Stay tuned. So I was able to prep this thing and trying to take this heavy tape. Just be careful. They just run a bunch of tape on these guys. Carefully. I think these are the cells right here. I can see there's a wire. There's a wire here. I'll make this one carefully out. Okay, bypass that one. Okay, there's a tape that went over there, and another one fall behind. Okay, I think there's the positive wire. Stay tuned. Well, if I'm trying to assess the build here, the tape is just like a cloth tape, and if I try to assess the build here, well, if you don't open this thing, you don't see how great this thing was built, and it's just a whole bunch of padding. You know, it's not a great build. You know, on my first video, while we thought this thing was a great build and something, it's too flimsy and it's not that much professional at all as we thought when you see it. And the BMS is like soldered, and you can see how, I don't know if you can catch it with the camera, it's like it's not even a spot welding. It's just like someone learning, like some of us, how to solder. See, so it doesn't have a terminal or lug like this guy here, where you can able to tie it just like any of the BMS. It has the terminal ring, but look at that, they even missed the welding, the soldering here. You know, like a whole bunch of like a new person. It's not like any company professional soldering. That's one of the other thing. There's an X right here. I don't know what it is, and I don't think there's any wire here, or maybe they missed that. Okay, I think this is the minus, the first wire that ties to the negative here, the B minus, that, and that's supposed to be 1. Alright guys, this is the voltage, the meter right here. We want to make sure we stick the probe right here, which is the negative, just to hold it. Okay, if we have the probe right here, you see there's a 6 volt. We're supposed to be starting at a 3 point something, and this is supposed to be the 6 volt. And here supposed to be the 12 volt. So the B minus here, or the black wire, which is the negative, you can see that is the positive right here. So where is the other cell? There's only 3 cells here. Where is the 4th one? So minus right there. So put a probe right here. It reads the 6.66 is the same terminal. This one here. This has one cell. So let's check this out. It gives you the 13.3. Where is the other cell? It's 1, 2, 3. So it's a 3 BMS wires here. Right here. See how poor is the soldering? See how poor it is? It's terrible. See that? Like the soldering iron, I think, is kind of hot. Look at this. They put a one solder. Didn't get it for the first time. They got a second one there. And look at this one. You can see how this thing is poorly soldered. So they want an honest review. I'll give them one. And they don't have to be upset with me. I'm just giving them what they want us to do. This is the final touch. Look at the soldering. It's really, really poor. It's not like a company that really want to do something good. They have a lot to improve on, to work on. So they marked this one for the technician to know this is the positive one. And that's the negative right here. The first wire on the B minus. It goes, it's supposed to be a second wire somewhere, and this is supposed to be like a third one because read a 6 point something. After this, supposed to read like 6 something, and that's supposed to be the final, the 13 or 12.8 or 13, whatever. So where's the third cell? Because on the BMS here, I can only see 3 wires. Like I said, I don't want to destroy the battery completely. So we'll see. It's like a glue or something, I don't know. It's melted on that thing. It's really hard to trace what it is. The first cell is going to be back here. I think the second cell is here, which is the 6 point something. Okay. And the other cell is supposed to be this is how it's wired. So the first cell sits from this guy right here. So here is the negative, the B minus. So the first cell is going to come back here. We touch this guy, the 3.325, and back here again, that'll be, no, and this one will be the second cell. Okay, so the opposite direction, the 6 something, back here is the other one right here. So this is the third cell, and here is the fourth cell right here. So they went like number 1, like number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay. So the cells are set up in a zigzag position or staggering formation. So see, this side has the 2 and 4. I marked them already. I put them so I can able to trace it. And the other side here, this is number 1 cell, number 3. So what we're gonna do now, we have the probe hooked up to this. So let's try and measure the voltage. So like I marked the cells is number 1 right here. So we'll put a probe right there. And it is the 3.32 volts, number 1. And we have to come on the other side here, which is number 2. And it reads the 6.65. So we have to move to the other side here, number 3. And we have the 9.98. And we come into number 4, which is the red wire now. And the BMS gives us this one. Okay. So this is what we want to find. And this is how the BMS, they arrange the BMS. So this is the battery, or this is a cell that we have a problem with. So what we're going to do, we have to charge this battery, hook up the charger, and got this probe on the minus side here, which is on the B minus, the black wire. And we have to touch this guy right here to give us this voltage. So we want to see this voltage rise. Okay, stay tuned. The reason we're doing that, we want to activate the balancer. We want to increase this the cell, the voltage on this cell. We're working on that.